we starting at quarterback?
Let's start Brock Purdy. I mean, he's been hot, very hot over the last few weeks. He's really only had one bad game over the last month, which was against Seattle. He's got the Cardinals this week. It's a really good matchup. They're giving up right around 18 fantasy points per game to quarterbacks. Brock Purdy, Mr. Irrelevant. I guess we can't call him that anymore. Not only a star in real football, but in fantasy as well. I've got him ranked in my top 8 this week. And listen, Matthew Stafford has been the bane of my existence, Jen. He has been a sit-em here for the last 2 weeks. So you know that old saying, if you can't beat him, join him? Start him this week. Listen, Stafford's been great. 3 straight games, over 20 fantasy points, 2 times against really good defenses. Now he's got the Commanders. They are just awful against quarterbacks. They've allowed 9 touchdown passes, 24.7 points per game to quarterbacks since week 11. Matthew Stafford is a top 10 option.
Yeah, he was on my list of fantasy quarterbacks to roster for your playoffs, and I think we're going to get a little spicy here in this next section, Fabs, because you have someone on your sit list, and I think you'd even start Matt Stafford over this stud quarterback that you say, hey, beware. It doesn't matter if he's going to yell at the refs, slam his helmet. Beware. Might not work out.
He used to be a stud quarterback, but right now he's not. I mean, and that's Patrick Mahomes. Don't come at me on Twitter or X and say, Fabs, I sat Mahomes for Joe Flacco and you burned me. Be smart about it. But listen, Joe Flacco has been better than Patrick Mahomes in the last 2 weeks. And in 2 of the last 3 weeks where Mahomes and Tommy DeVito have both played a game, DeVito's outscored Mahomes. Listen, maybe it's not Mahomes, it's the offense, the wide receivers or lack thereof. This is not a situation where Mahomes is not talented, because he is. They're just not producing. And he's got New England this week. And their defense has been very tough on quarterbacks, especially lately. And at Gillette Stadium, they've held Jalen Hurts, Tua Tagovailoa, and Justin Herbert all under 13 points. So don't blindly start Patrick Mahomes. I think that's my advice. And Kyler Murray, who's been pretty good since his return from the knee injury. He's got a bad matchup this week, though, against the San Francisco 49ers. Only Jalen Hurts has beaten them for more than 15.3 points in a game since week 10. Kyler's more of a high-end number 2 quarterback in a super flex league. I'd probably avoid him this week if I could. The matchup is not favorable.